Mastercraft is a company that will provide you the best interior solution when you need it. Question is, what is the secret behind all this spectacular design and outcome? Well, let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Yap. I'm project manager for Mastercraft Design Group. I'm very happy to work from here, so I enjoy my working environment. Our company is actually, we have a CIDB cert, and also we are the ISO company. Everything will be kept in recording and reporting. First of all, the way we have handled for this project, we will get this coordination from this sales team, design team, to solve out those discrepancy or gray zone to ensure everything is in order. We will study first for this work order and DQ descriptions. So after that, we will start to mobilize. The way we handle for this site work, we will always to ensure our site conditions is not discrepancy with the drawings, and then we always coordinate with the subcontractor according to the specs and detailing to minimize the mistake and discrepancy. Normally for this example, semi-D extension fully involved to this architectural and ID design is almost about 1 year from the design stage, then up to the quotations being provided and confirmation everything. So we will start work for physically start work during the progress until handover. The last stage we will go for this defect liability snag list. After that we will get a handover letter to client to sign off. We have provide 1 year warranty for what we have done according to the BQ.
Like I've said, if you're looking for a solution maybe in interior design or renovation, well, check out Mastercraft. Mastercraft is a company that will provide you the best interior solution when you need it. Question is, what is the secret behind all this spectacular design and outcome? Well, let's check it out.
Hi, I'm designer. My name is Zing. Basically, I was setting out a schedule of the project, and I will organizing and coordinating of the schedule, keeping it on track, so I will make sure that won't delay and track for the project. The sales team will come up order form after that based on the deadline, and we started with the project. Before we come out with the design, I will came out a design solution. After that, I will present and communicate with the clients by means materials, drawings, and where necessary sample boards, so the clients can visualize every aspect of the intended of design and the decor. Yeah, it's depending on the needs of the clients. Honestly, I respect how this company develop its employees, and I hope that in my future, I will managing my own team and helping to expand my own development.
Like I've said, if you're looking for a solution maybe in interior design or renovation, well, check out Mastercraft.
Good evening. Thank you for being with us tonight. Tonight will be another special night. Tonight we have a special guest from GLT Law, and we're going to talk about property. Property has always been one of the most favorite investment of Malaysia, and tonight we're going to touch a bit about property and delivery. Like, what are some of the things to look out for when you buy a property at the point of delivery? So tonight with us, we have an expert from GLT. Let me welcome Mr. Yap Bing Yu. Hi, Bing Yu. You are muted.
Hi, Alex. How are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, it's great. So before we start, let's get to know you and GLT. Why don't you tell us more about you and GLT, what you do, your
Yeah.
specialization?
Hi everyone. My name is Beng Yu. I'm Yap Beng Yu. I'm currently a senior LA in GLT Law and working under my colleague Mr. Tan. Okay, and we are focused in civil litigation, meaning ongoing suit in court. You know, we go to court so very often. So if you are looking for some lawyers for further advice, you know, you can always seek our help and assistance, and we are more than willing to help. Any legal questions also can. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So, property has always been a big topic, you know. So,
Yeah. Correct.
Jenny, maybe we can start with what's govern the general rights and obligation, you know, between the developer and the homeowner in terms of property purchase. How does it roughly work?
Yeah, today, right, we are talking about home buyer. So I believe many of us may be thinking of owning a house very soon, or some of us already own, or some of us are looking forward to getting a one. So what governs the rights and obligations of developers and home buyers? The answer is very simple. It's a sale and purchase agreement, the SPA. So all of your rights, whenever you are in doubt, right? Oh, what am I protected, or what are the terms governing us, or is there anything that can protect my own interest? As a home buyer, go and refer to the SPA. The SPA contains all of the terms between the developer and the purchaser and the home buyer, which set out all the rights and obligations of each party already.
And sometimes, yeah, the challenge is sometimes the S&P is so thick, many owners don't really actually read it or run through it as well. So tonight, you know, we're gonna have Bing Yu here to shed a bit of light, especially, you know, for us in the renovation and construction line, the most kanchong time is always vacant possession, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe you can share with our viewers, you know, what does vacant possession actually mean and why is it so kanchong?
Actually, it's as we know, right? Vacant possession is based on the term itself. We know the developer has to deliver the vacant possession to you after the completion of the construction and whatnot, and when it is safe for occupation. So the vacant possession meaning when the developer has already completed the construction and when it is safe, he has to deliver the vacant possession to you. So then after that, you are safe to go in and start your renovation after that. Otherwise, without the vacant possession, you cannot go into you cannot stay in the property and you cannot start the renovation of the property. Yeah.
Okay. And you know, there are times that I heard that, you know, the buyers don't actually show up. Maybe like example in this challenging period, they are overseas and they don't actually take actual possession of the property. In that sense, how does then vacant possession works?
When the property, right, as a home buyer, when the property is ready for vacant possession, ready for BP already, the developer will issue a letter of delivery of vacant possession to each owner, okay, each home buyer. So then they will normally they will ask you to go to a place or an office to collect your keys. Then you are eligible to enter the house already. But if right under the circumstances, has been we're locked down, then we cannot go out, that kind of thing. So after they have issued the letter of delivery of vacant possession, upon the expiry of 14 days of the notice requesting you to take possession, if you don't show up within the 14 days, you will be deemed as actually taken the vacant possession of the property already.
I
So
see.
if you don't go, you wait for 14 days, it will still be deemed as delivered. Yeah.
I see. So in the case of vacant possession, generally, what do the besides serving the notice, how does a typical vacant possession flow looks like?
Then, okay, by answering this question, this is a very good question. When do developer have to deliver? Okay, of course, we go back to the SPA again, but then we have to understand the concept also lah. Because home buyer, everyone hopes to have a living under a house and own one house. Okay, so that's why home is a very important thing to everyone. Is a necessity. That's why, right, the government actually has enacted an act to protect the interests of the home buyer, where the relevant act is Housing Development Act and the Housing Development Regulation. We call it HDA and HDR lah. Okay, so actually under the act itself, it has already provided that there are two kinds of property lah. If you are buying some property with individual title, right? For example, usually it's landed property lah. Then there will be a contract, a statutory contract, which provides, right, the developer has to deliver vacant possession within 24 months. Okay, and for other property, strata property, okay, it's for example, we all know flats, apartments, condominiums, and some strata title landed property. Then the developer has to deliver vacant possession within 36 months. This is all provided under the law, and it has to be 24 months or 36 months, and there's no way more than that lah. Yeah, it's provided under the law. Yeah.
I see. So I've also been hearing that there are times that for whatsoever reason, sometimes developer do go for extension of time. And as a result of that, it may cross over the 24 and 36 months. Under what circumstances would this happen?
Yeah, actually, right, prior to 2021, prior to this year lah, actually, okay, we just talk about general situation first. I think a lot of us may notice, right, when you sign an SPA, you will notice, oh, why, Bing you say it's 36 months or 24 months. Why my SPA is 48 months? You may now check your SPA lah. You see whether it's 36 or 48. You can check. Okay, my personal experience that I also bought a property. Then I also note that, right, actually there's a 48 months for the developer to deliver vacant possession. But why? Under what circumstances? Okay, sometimes the developer may say, right, you know why? Because I got an extension of time from the relevant ministry, and some of them may say, yeah, I got the extension of time from the controller of housing controller. Okay, but this year we have actually a landmark decision from the federal court, which the case is Ang Ming Lee and Menteri Kesejahteraan Bandar and others. If you are interested, you can always find me to discuss it more later. But as far as the case is concerned, the case held that the rule that the controller of housing does not have a power to grant extension of time. So it's very important, right? When you look at your SPA, you note that, it's not 24 months and it's not 36 months. Then why is it 48 months? Then we have to ask the developer, how did you get this extension of time? Why is it 48 months? If he says, right, he got this extension of time from a housing controller, sorry, because based on pursuant to the latest decision by the federal court, okay, no further extension of time can be given by the housing controller. So I think it's very important. This is very important because it will affect your claim for LAD later. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, because I've also hear like some of our buyer who buy like green building type of they also generally don't fall within the 36 months. It can actually fall much longer. And in that sense, they pay a lot of extra interest while waiting for the building to complete.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the case of this MCO, lockdown, EMCO, RMCO, a lot of the property that Mastercraft serve our client have also been delayed tremendously. How does this work in terms of late due date? How is this being dealt with?
Mm, uh, we have to understand this pandemic actually affects a lot of families, businesses, and everyone. So of course, it's sad that a lot of us house buyers they are not able to get the property or get the VP in time. Okay, and the for now it is very clear that if in the event that there's a delay in the delivery of vacant possession, we can always claim a damages called liquidated ascertained damages, or commonly known as LAD. Okay, so this late delivery, right, due to the lockdown, so it may cause some delay in getting your VP of the property. At the same time, it would affect how much of LAD that you would able to claim. Okay, so and due to the pandemic, the government actually has enacted the COVID-19 Act. Okay, which says that, right, um, it provides a protection to the developer, actually, to say that what under what to what extent, meaning to say home buyer cannot claim for LAD between from the developer in for the period between 18 March 2020 to 31st August 2020. So this period of time, March 18 until August 31st 2020, you cannot claim for LAD for that period. Apart from that, the government also allows developer to seek further extension of time, meaning to say they are allowed to get extension of time up to 31st December 2020 to hand over the VP. So now they actually got more time lah. Got more, developer has more time under the law to actually to complete the construction or to deliver the VP. Yep.
So in this case, owners who were affected during this pandemic actually would not have their in so-called LAD lah. They won't be able to claim
Yeah.
LAD lah.
They wouldn't if the developer managed to get extension of time up to 31st December 2020. This would mean, right, and if, for example, the property, it was due to deliver October last year, October 2020, but they got an extension of time until let's say 31st, okay, 31st December 2020, but they failed to deliver. They only deliver it, for example, January 2021. Okay, so you are able to claim for the period of time until January 2021, exclude,
Mm,
and you have to deduct the period of time from 18 March up to 31st December 2020. So this period of time you will not be able to claim for LAD lah. Yeah.
I see. How about with the second lockdown this year in 2021? Is there a provision
Uh,
to cover
yeah.
this as well?
So far, there's no updates on this EMCO. The
Okay.
relevant act only covers for MCO for
First
last year.
lockdown, for
Yeah.
the first lockdown. Okay. So I think that puts a lot of light and also to some of our clients who are struggling with getting their property because of this lockdown, who always ask us, "Hey Alex, how do I get compensated?" So that actually explain why they may not get full compensation, and it really depends on the extension of time by the authority. In that sense, then how do homeowners' right are being protected beside this with regard to this LAD and delivery?
Yeah, as we have mentioned earlier, the two acts, like the two legislation, the Housing Development Act and also the Housing Development Regulations 2015, they actually was passed by the Parliament with an aim to protect the home buyers' interest. So as we said, there are two types of very popular statutory contract. One is for the property with individual title. Another type is for property with strata title. So, and as also what we have mentioned earlier also, there are actually statutory contract prescribed under the legislation, which means, right, when when a developer is selling a house and when a home buyer is buying a house, the contract is already prescribed. It is a standard kind of format, standard kind of contract where developer cannot on their own free will add, amend, or delete any terms, because all the terms are actually based on and prescribed under the act. So you cannot simply just change it like that. So this is why is it so? Because we know that the standard contract or the statutory contract, right? It's the best with the best terms that to protect the interest of the buyers. That's why we do the law expressly say that the developer shall not amend or shall not change the contents of the terms of the contract. Yeah. So this is why I mean the statutory contract is very important, because it will be able to ensure that the interests and the rights of the home buyer will be protected. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go a bit more detail into this thing called LAD. Like, how does it determine, or is there a standard clause in the amount, and do they get paid the full amount?
Yeah, I think Alex also explained very clearly lah. I mean, some of the home buyer will ask Alex, "Hey, Alex, how Hey, they are late. Then how Hey." Then the main concern is, hey, whether I can get back some money or not. So this is where we are able to get back the money. We say that, okay, liquidated ascertained damages (LAD) is a pre-agreed compensation amount to be paid by the developer to the purchaser in the event that there's a late delivery of VP by the developer, and this is actually provided in the statutory contract that I've just mentioned. It is provided. So how is it calculated? It is calculated from day to day at the rate of 10% per annum of the SPA price. Okay, of the SPA price. Bingy, why are you mentioning SPA price? This is because, right, most of you, when you buy property, the developer will offer you some rebate lah, some discount lah, this and that lah, and it appears that your purchase price is lesser. But no, in calculating LAD, right, the price that is going to be used as a calculation for LAD will be the SPA price. Okay,
The
so
gross price,
you will not take into account your rebate and whatnot. Okay, the SPA price is the one that we are going for calculation of LAD. Yeah.
I see. Okay. So I have also heard that there are some, even when they claim, they don't actually get full, or for whatever, the developer will also, maybe give them only half, or what, yada yada. How does that work? I mean, how does a homeowner deal with all this kind of thing?
I think it's very important that we know, right? For example, that we just mentioned, like for example, for strata title property, the developer has 3 years to complete the project to hand over the VP. So it is prescribed under the law already. So when the developer is trying to do some funny things and not giving you the full amount, then we have to go escalate our action against them lah. So there are actually a few ways. We can go to the housing tribunal, or we can also pursue and start a claim against the developer via in court lah. So there are actually 2 ways to do this. Yeah, so it's very important because for example, you pay the book you pay for to buy the property in 1st January 2019. Then the developer has to deliver it by 31st December 2021. Okay, 3 years ma. So if the developer fails to deliver VP by 31st December 2021, then the LAD starts from the 1st of January 2022. So you have to understand, right, when does the calculation start, then to calculate the full sum to exact sum. Because some developer, they may take their initiative. They are very good, they're very nice and very kind. They just give you, when they hand over the VP, they will also include a payment for LAD. So you have to, you don't think that it's a money fall from the sky. Don't ever think that. You have to look properly, right, whether the figure, the dates, right, are correct. Is it the date
Yeah.
that where you pay booking fee? Is it the date where it's supposed to hand over delivery? When does it start to count and when does it finish the counting? You have to really take care of that. Otherwise, you may have lost your rights to claim further or more lah. Yeah.
Can the owner take the VP without dealing with the LAD first? Maybe the amount is not full, or let's say the amount that offered by the developer is less than the prescribed, the follow the HDA Act
Yeah.
one. How does
Yeah.
the owner? Because sometimes I think the owner get very confused. Like, yeah, if I don't accept this LAD, I cannot take VP. So I think there is also this area, this contentious area like that the buyers are not aware of.
Yeah, I think most of the buyers may think that, oh, after I take VP, then I can do nothing about it. I cannot do anything further against the developer. But I think it's very important for us to understand our rights, because once we have taken the amount, it doesn't mean that we have already waived our rights to claim for the correct amount. It doesn't mean that we have waived our rights. It just means that the developer has just paid you half or just a part of it. Okay. So if you realize that, right, you are actually not getting the full sum that is supposedly you deserve or you are eligible to, you can always seek a lawyer advice and then to claim for the balance sum. It's
I
all right.
see.
And
Okay.
one more thing to share, Alex, to share with the
The viewers and audience. Yeah.
viewers here. Some developer will also ask you to sign a kind of agreement kind of thing to say that, oh, you
Undertaking.
waive all liability and all kinds of claim against the developer. And I can say, based on some case laws, there's actually some case law which suggests that such waiver agreement, such purported waiver agreement actually does not waive the rights of the purchaser to claim against the developer, because our rights, right, derive from the statutory contract. Again, this is why I say the statutory contract is very powerful. Yeah, our rights derive from there. So if in doubt, just refer back to the SPA. Any tricks that the developer may be playing, we have to be careful lah. Yeah.
Okay, great. So besides LED, are there any other thing the home buyers can claim, or default by the developer?
Normally, other than the property lah, but I mean, this scenario is more applicable to strata title property, where you see why do we love about strata title property? Because we always have the concept that, oh, because got swimming pool lah, got clubhouse lah. Actually, those swimming pool, clubhouse, playground, they are shared within your community in the apartment or the condominium, or even your strata landed strata property. So those are actually common facilities. So in the event, right, that the developer has just hand over your the VP of your house, but the swimming pool is not ready to use, the playground cannot be used, and then the clubhouse, all the treadmill are not there yet. It's not safe to use. Then you can also claim for the LAD of the common facilities, for the delivery of common facilities. Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
something new.
yeah, based on under the statutory contract, you can do so, because it provides the same timing for it's 36 months to complete the common facility. So if he fails, then you will get the rights to actually sue for the common facilities as well. Yeah.
I see. Interesting. So, is there a time frame, like how long from the time of VP to when they can take an action to recover or to claim against this whole LAD or default in common facility? Is there a time frame?
Yeah, then we have to, like I just mentioned earlier, we have two avenues to actually go against for LAD or the claims related to housing project. Okay, there are two ways. First is that housing tribunal. Okay, so housing tribunal is where you can file a claim for LAD in the housing tribunal. Okay, so you will have to file your claim against the developer within 12 months, either from the date of CCC, the Certificate of Completion and Compliance, or the expiry of the defect liability periods, which is 24 months after the VP is delivered, or the date of the termination of sale agreement. I think this is not so common, but two things: either it's 12 months from the date of CCC, or 12 months from the expiry of the defect liability period, you have to file your claim in the housing tribunal. Okay, you have to file your claim in housing tribunal. But
I see.
there's one downhill of this housing tribunal, because the maximum award that the housing tribunal can grant is just 50K. You see, some of the property, they may have delay for 2 to 3 years, and when the SPA price is so great and so huge, right? Maybe the LAD would cost more than 50K. So then you cannot go to, you can go to tribunal, but the maximum they can give is just 50K. So the best way is to go to the court lah. Actually, to file a claim, file a suit against the developer in court, and to claim for the LAD sum. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing, if it's less than 50,000, go to housing tribunal, and that is something they do themselves, or they can also appoint someone like you guys to do it for them.
Actually, for housing tribunal, of course, if you would like to appoint someone like us, great lah. But this is something that can be done by the home buyer themselves. Actually, they just need to file a 10 ringgit filing fees. Then they will the procedure will run. But for if your claim is more than 50K, then you will have to go to court lah. Then you have to appoint lawyers. Yeah.
I see. So let's say if they have more than, let's say 100 grand, can they go to tribunal of 50 and then appoint you for the other 50? They have to use one route only?
Actually, the best way I would suggest is to go to court directly, because you don't need to do the same work for 2 times. Yeah, you don't want to incur further costs and also further time. You can just file a suit directly for the 100K. Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's great. It's really informative, and we have some audience thanking you in terms of they didn't know, in terms of some of these even common facilities they can claim, and yeah. So I think they are very appreciative of your sharing. So that's about it for tonight. Is there any closing statement for our audience?
Yeah, I think everyone will eventually in life will get their first house. Yeah, so I think, but most of us, we did not actually read the terms of the SPA properly before we go into before we even sign the SPA. We are so excited, then we just sign on the sign on the page or the corner of the contract, whichever the agent asks you to do. Hey, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign. Very happy. But
which is very common.
So I think it's very good. It's very nice to be excited, but at the same time you have to be careful as well lah. So yeah, everything is there in the SPA. Read before you sign. Then I saw a comment here say your lawyer say all standard one. Of course they are standard. Of course they are standard. But why is it standard? And is there any tricks in for example the extension of time thing? It's 36 months. It's not 48 months. Yeah. So although it may look standard, there may be some small things in the SPA which worth you to take extra care. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, if you need more information about GLT, please visit gltlaw.my or call them at their hotline 03-7621 4447. And Mastercraft, we are mainly a design and build company. We help in renovation. So once you get all your vacant possession and you get all your things, if you're looking for renovation, currently we are doing a promotion in Raya and Miho. We have an investor package from 28,000 and a move-in package from 41,000. If you want more information, you can always look for us at our hotline 016-588-3537. Now, with that, I want to thank Bingyu tonight for this informative session, and maybe we can talk more about defect liability the next round. I think that will be another big topic that a lot of our buyers like to work on. Yeah?
I think definitely defects is another very hectic problem for most of home buyers.
Yeah. So a lot of our audience are saying thank you to you for your information.
Thank you everyone. Thanks. Have a good night.
Okay, with that, I'll end with a video, and I'll see you all again next time. Thank you.
So who is Mastercraft? Let's check it out. Mastercraft Design specializes in providing design and build services that cover architecture, architectural design, interior design, construction, and refurbishment. Since 2010, from a humble interior design and renovation firm to a property development, retail and commercial practices, and even Malaysia's prominent establishments of interiors and furnishing solutions. Mastercraft Design was founded by Dato' Willie Lim and managed by Mr. Alex Wong. Mastercraft offers in the following 3 areas: design, build, furnish. Mastercraft Design believes there is always space for improvement no matter how long you have been in the business. Therefore, Mastercraft Design consciously implements continuous improvement in all areas to maintain our high standards. So if you're looking for a professional solution, may it be in interior design or renovation, check out Mastercraft.